Hey Algebra 1 kids, this is Dr. Callahan with week 6 Thursday of your Algebra 1 class. Please go ahead and pause the video and answer the following 3 questions. All right, question number 3. If you take a look at this right here, what you're going to do is going to take the 4, distribute it, and you get 4n plus 36. Do the same thing with the negative 3, you get negative 6 minus 3n. After that, we're going to combine like terms. So 4n minus 3n is 1n. 36 minus 6 is 30. Then looking at your answer here, which one is n plus 30? It will be, not D. It will be B, and just imagine there's a 1 in front of that. All right, last time I saw you guys, you went ahead and went over some of the questions involving shapes and whatnot. So today we're going to continue with doing the following. I'm going to take a little break from your blue book because we're a little bit ahead. So we're going to squeeze in a different skill today, and you're going to take a look at this part right here. So I would like you guys to go ahead and use your white guided notes instead of your blue workbook. So blue workbook is a no today. Use your white guided notes for week 6, Thursday. Okay, so today we're going to talk about algebraic properties. We've done solving for a while now, and with each of the steps that we're solving, like distribution or adding something on both sides or dividing something on both sides, those are part of the algebraic properties. And we're going to do the like of commutative properties of addition. So in class, we're going to make a cootie catcher. I'm sure you made one of these things when you were like small or little. And I have a quizzes right here for you guys to practice with. And you have an algebra puzzle where you're going to be matching the algebraic equation to the equation itself. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. So turn over to week 6, Thursday. So flip through your right packet. You should find this right here. This is your second page. And let's go ahead and get started. You're welcome to copy this on a separate piece of paper. Okay, we're going to go over 3 different properties or 4 different properties today. And these are the 4 properties: 1, 2, 3, and 4. So go ahead and copy those 4 properties down. And then after that, what you're going to do is you're going to make a little table. So make sure you draw the line here and another line right there, and then a line going across. Make sure you write the word addition and write the word multiplication. So we're going to go over the commutative property of addition, commutative property of multiplication, associative property of addition, associative property of multiplication, identity property of addition, identity of multiplication. First things first is commutative. Copy this part down. Commutative property is like A plus B. It is also kind of like a mirror image. So if I reflect A plus B, that will equal to, how would it look like if it's reflected? B plus A. Similarly, if it's A times B and it's like a mirror image, because if I were to put a mirror right here and you were to fold this part over here, it will look exactly the same. So then A times B will be B times A. Next property is associative. Associative is like having friends in high school. First, you have two girls who are really super close friends and they're together, and then they had a fight, and then all of a sudden, two other girls are now friends together, and there's always one person left apart. So this is like the frenemies. I like to call it frenemies. So first, you have A and B who are BFFs, and you have parentheses around them. C is left by itself. But then A and B had a fight, probably over a boy. And then now B and C are now friends, and A is left alone. So with associative, you always have three parts, and you always have parentheses. And if you look at it, it's just the grouping that's going to be different. So first A and B are together in parentheses, then B and C are in parentheses. Next one is identity. Identity is like having an ID, like looking at yourself, you know? So it has to go back to yourself as an identity. So A plus 0 is the same thing as A, which is the same thing as 0 plus A. At the end of it, you still have the same A because it's identical, it's identity. Now, A times 1 is A, which is the same thing as 1 times A. A lot of times people are like, oh, it's A times 0. Well, A times 0 gives you 0. Does not give you A, so it's going to be A times 1. All right, let's move on to the next part. Distributive is a property that was part of your warm-up. Distributive is you always have one set of parentheses, and you always have like the little rainbow happening there. So you have A times B, which is AB, plus A times C, which is AC. And that's the same thing as if you have A on the outside, on the other side, and you still manage to multiply inside the parenthesis. Okay, well, now that we're done with these 4 properties, you are now going to match them to this worksheet right here that's also in your packet. It says, what happens when you step on the brakes? Well, let's go over just a few, okay? Number 5, automatically when I look at this, it's identical. So I know that this is going to be identity. So looking at my answers, which one here is identity? Property of addition, identity property of addition, identity property of multiplication. Since this is multiplied, it will be A. That's number 5. So I'm going to look for number 4 on the bottom. And I see it right here. That will be A. Then I look at, let's take a look at number 7. Number 7, you have PQ7, PQ7. First, P and Q are friends, but then they had a fight, and now Q and 7 are friends. That sounds like associative property to me of addition. So when I look back over here in the key, associative property of addition is Y. That's number 7, so I put number 7, and I put Y. I hope this makes sense. You're going to do the same thing over here, match them, and then fill out the puzzle right here. Your exit ticket are these questions right here. Rewrite using the distributive property. I'm going to go ahead and do the first one with you guys. If I multiply this in, I will get an Fj minus Fs. If I were to go ahead and do number 14, I will get a 10x minus 2. All right, if you need some additional videos to help you with this, you can go ahead and actually search this on YouTube. there's actually tons and tons of videos that you can use with this. If you are done with the worksheet, you can go ahead and check your answers with mine right here. Make sure it matches. All right, so if you do need some additional assistance, you just simply go to YouTube and type in the objective we went over today. So let me go ahead and show you that. So today we talked about algebraic properties. So I'm just going to type in algebraic properties. So you're going to take the skill that we learned and essentially go to YouTube. Put that in. And as you can see, there are tons and tons of videos here that you guys can go ahead and look at. I'm sure some of the people probably do a much better job than I do when it comes to making videos, since I'm still kind of a novice at this. And you're welcome to go ahead and watch other people's videos just so you can get a better understanding of how algebraic properties work. So rather than having you type in and copy that very, very long link, I went ahead and shortened it for you guys. So you can just type in this tiny URL and you have access to all of the videos online. Okay, very last reflection is after today's lesson, actually you can't see that, so let me go back to this. Jeez. Okay, here we go. So here is the video right here. So type in the tiny URL and you have access to all of the videos that's going to be on the topic algebraic properties on YouTube. Then for your reflection today, after today's lesson, do you have any lingering questions? Perhaps you have some tough questions you want to ask your teacher, write them below. You can go ahead and write this anywhere on your guided notes in the white packet. Well, I hope to see you guys next time. I hope you have a wonderful week. Take care, you guys.